And now it's time for our main event of the evening. 3 rounds of fighting in the UFC light heavyweight division as Randy Couture takes on Brandon Vera. The natural, Randy Couture, the truth, Brandon Vera, and truly, Joe, it is the moment of truth for Brandon Vera to I would say, live up to all the heightened expectations.
Well, you know, Brandon Vera, when he first came into the UFC, was highly regarded, and everybody thought that he was going to be a threat to both the heavyweight and the light heavyweight titles. He stormed out of the gate. He had tremendous performances, knocking out Justin Eilers, you know, submitting Asuero Silva. He looked fantastic. But then there was the contract renegotiation. He took a long time off. There was a lot of pressure on him coming back. Then he had subsequent losses. He lost to Keith Jardine. He just didn't seem the same at light heavyweight. He had to get used to the cut. But now I believe he is in a much better position. The Krzysztof Szynski fight really showed what he's capable of. Beautiful technical Muay Thai. But this is the biggest mountain. This is the man. This is at light heavyweight. You know, Randy Couture doesn't have all the physical disadvantages that he had at heavyweight, fighting those gorillas that just, you know, just physics. Just the fact that Lesnar's 265 pounds cutting down from 290. Randy's a natural 220. You know, so I think that it's going to be really interesting to see how Brandon Vera deals with the pressure, if he can deal with the the Greco-Roman, the dirty boxing, and if Randy can deal with the kicks, the Muay Thai. And you know what? Brandon Vera has some excellent grappling of his own that we just don't see that much.
Well, we'll find out if that grappling will counter the great Greco-Roman of Randy Couture tonight. When you speak of Randy at 46 years old, he says it all the time. I feel as good as I ever have. And at 205, as you pointed out, that's where we have seen him be really, in the end all, his most dangerous.
Well, also, you got to realize that we have this idea in our head about athletes, about age, but with nutrition and supplements, there's a big difference between the 46 years old guys of 20 years ago and what we have today. I mean, Randy Couture has shown time and time again that he has dissolved all the limits, all the age limits that we put in combat athletes. He's one of the very best in the world, and he's one of the very oldest in the world competing. It's pretty incredible.
He is truly an inspiration to all, including his opponent tonight, Brandon Vera. And tonight is the moment of truth for Brandon Vera as he faces the natural, Randy Couture.
I absolutely still feel like I'm the best fighter I've ever been right now.
When we do beat Randy, I am one of the top dogs in the world.
What Brandon Vera needs to do is keep the fight on the outside.
This is what we've been training for since day one. This is it.
This is a fight for Vera that puts Vera back in the mix.
Good body kick by Brandon Vera.
Fighting Randy Couture, he's gonna bring out every ounce of everything I got. Everything.
Oh, there we go.
Vera's gonna come out and try to make a statement and put Randy away. Randy's gonna get inside and take him down whenever he can. Randy Couture is now back where I think he belongs, at 205 pounds. He's still a tough, scary fight for anybody in either weight division, but at 205, he's a monster.
Right now, the best guy in the weight class is Lyoto Machida. Brandon is definitely a step in that direction. I'm definitely becoming a better fighter. I'm learning all the time and getting better all the time.
Randy Couture is one of the greatest mixed martial arts fighters to ever compete in the sport.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
A victory over Randy Couture would be gigantic for Brandon Vera's career.
Brandon the Truth Vera. His father, Ernesto, born in the Philippines. Brandon is very proud of his heritage. He is he's a very dangerous Muay Thai practitioner, and he's dangerous, Joe, because technically he's as sound as anybody out there right now.
Well, he was trained by one of the greatest kickboxers ever, Rob Kamen, who's also a tremendous trainer. Worked with many, many top MMA fighters, including BJ Penn, and he has that beautiful technical Muay Thai to go with his great grappling, to go with his brown belt under Lloyd Irvin, who's one of the most respected jiu-jitsu instructors in the world. He's a very solid, well-rounded MMA fighter.
His mother is Italian. He went to Old Dominion and wrestled for a bit, and it should be noted that he has a good Greco background as Brandon Vera, a 2000 Olympic candidate. He trained at the Olympic Training Center in 2000 with Randy Couture, Matt Lindland, Dan Henderson, Mike Van Arsdale. And so Brandon Vera has been looking up to 46-year-old Randy Couture for the better part of his life.
I mean, who hasn't? You know, I mean, he's one of the most distinguished, most, you know, highly regarded mixed martial arts fighters ever. A Hall of Famer, a world champion in 2 weight classes on multiple occasions. I mean, he's a monster. Randy's a monster. And at 46 years old, nobody's sleeping on that.
Brandon Vera calls tonight an honor and a privilege. Brandon the Truth Vera, 32 years old, set to take on the former heavyweight and light heavyweight champion, the UFC Hall of Famer, and the most beloved champion in UFC history. Vera, as he mentioned earlier, said that Randy has brought the best out in me. In my training, I've never been as disciplined, I've never been as motivated, and I am looking to beat the legend tonight so I may someday become a legend myself. Captain America, the Natural, Randy Couture.
Someone stole his hat too. This is ridiculous.
More hat stealers.
Got a bunch of hat thieves here. I'm gonna tell you something, Mike. Win, lose, or draw, it's a privilege to get to sit down and commentate and watch this man perform. I mean, there's very few guys that are at this level, you know, that we get to see still compete.
The oldest heavyweight champion, the first 3-time heavyweight champion, 2-time light heavyweight champion, first 5-time champion, first with titles in 2 divisions, and tonight is the first time since UFC 57 in February of 2006 in a fight against Chuck Liddell that we have seen Randy Couture as a light heavyweight.
And we're not talking about a guy who's just doing this because he needs the money. He doesn't need the money. He's a competitor. He's doing this because this is what he lives for. He lives to get in there and compete and to win. And you know what? This is a tremendous, tremendous fight tonight. If he can get past Brandon Vera and move towards a shot at the light heavyweight title, and if he wins, man, there are going to be parades all over the world for this dude.
He has earned 3 UFC titles since the age of 39. Randy, the Natural Couture.
And the crazy thing is, he says he's getting better.
And I believe him.
And I believe him. Even if I didn't believe him, I tell him I believe him.
That's a good point by you. Joe, the last time we were here in Manchester, Randy's image was blasted on a high-rise as we got out of the airport. Now, the fans here in Manchester get the very special treat of seeing Randy Couture fight live. for our main event of the evening, Couture, 14 years the elder of Vera. Vera will have a 3-inch reach advantage, both weighed in 14.6 stone. Once again, with our official introductions, here is the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, two UFC warriors are about to go toe-to-toe in the world's ultimate proving ground for fighters, as this is the main event of the evening. Our three judges scoring this contest are Sal D'Amato, Andy Roberts, and Glenn Trowbridge. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon is Mark Goddard. And now, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. From the sold-out MEN Arena in Manchester, England, it's time! 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 11 wins with 3 losses. Standing 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 204 pounds, 14.6 stone. Fighting out of San Diego, California, Brandon, the True Vera! And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a wrestler, holding a professional record of 16 wins with 10 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 204 pounds, 14.6 stone. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. This man is the only fighter to win 2 UFC championship titles 5 times and in 2 different weight categories. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former 2-time light heavyweight champion, the former 3-time UFC heavyweight champion, the legendary UFC Hall of Fame Octagon Warrior, Randy, the Natural Couture.
Okay guys, you understand the rules you're fighting under. I want you to listen to me at all times, keep yourself protected at all times. Show me you're still in this fight. When I say stop, you stop. Touch up, let's go.
I think all referees should be forced to talk in that accent.
Mark Goddard, Brandon Vera, Randy the Natural Couture, the beautiful Ariani, Logan, Mike Goldberg, Joe Rogan, back here in Manchester. Our main event is set to begin.
Okay, here we go. You ready? Are you ready? Let's do this, come on!
Here we go!
For Brandon Vera, he wants to stay on the, big right hand!
Caught him early! Vera caught him with a kick early. Randy with the clinch now. Brandon Vera came out quickly.
Brandon is muscling Randy here. And Randy gets him up against the cage.
This is Randy's specialty, as we've seen many, many times.
Yeah, this is exactly what Randy wants.
Dirty boxing.
And he never rests. It's always knees to the legs, punches to the face, elbows, and constant pressure.
They love Captain America here in Britain.
For Brandon Vera, it's critical that he avoids this early takedown. For Randy, it's critical that he achieves it.
Randy made it very clear that his strategy tonight was to go back to his base of wrestling. He made it no secret. He ate one on the way in, but this is what he's trying to do. Impose his will on Brandon Vera. It's a non-title fight. So it's 3 5-minute rounds.
Improve that position, guys.
Mark Goddard watching closely. Now it is Brandon Vera. As I mentioned, Vera, good wrestler in his own right and has a Greco background.
Yeah, but he's got to be very careful that Randy doesn't wear him out. Randy's an expert at that. I mean, he wrote the book on this clinch game in MMA. And Randy immediately shoots in.
Yep, ducked under the right hand of Vera.
Vera's got to separate here. He's got to get some distance between the two of them.
Brandon Vera knows he cannot let Randy dictate this fight, and he is early. Got him down, can he keep him down? And this is where Randy loves to do his damage, is up against the fence, Joe.
He's got his head tucked under there. Look for some knees from Randy here, and Brandon's aware of that. That's what that right arm is looking for, to block those knees.
Randy looking for the double. 46 years old. This is the exact strategy Randy Couture has used so many times inside the octagon. Grinding down his opponent, testing his cardio, controlling. Randy lands with the knee inside. .140 remains in round one.
Brandon's trying to stay calm and relax.
Yeah. I was going to say, Joe, he may separate him again here soon.
I think he will.
Which is probably what Brandon wants.
Yeah, and that's why Randy starts moving. Randy's got that single. And again, Brandon has excellent takedown defense, excellent grappling. I mean, maybe not at the level of Randy Couture.
Both of these men with military backgrounds. Randy spent 6 years in the Army. Brandon Vera was in the Air Force. As I said, they trained together at the Olympic Training Center back in 2000. It's a huge crossroads here tonight in the career of Brandon Vera. The biggest opportunity of his fighting life. And as he said, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Over the top, Couture. 45 seconds in the round.
Well, right now, Randy's been able to do exactly what he wants to do. And Brandon has not. He did initially, tagged him with a couple of quick shots in the beginning of the fight, but you know, he hasn't been able to get that separation that he needs in order to implement his strategy.
And this is exhausting for both men, but for Brandon Vera to have Randy Couture leaning on you for the better part of 5 minutes.
Yeah, and anyone that you've ever talked to that trains with Randy will tell you that he is just so much better at this than anybody else, so much better at the pressure. And again, look at that, clinch. Brandon's got to get the hell away from him, man. He's got to separate.
They separated twice. Brandon threw a right hand right away, Joe, and both times Randy avoided and got right back to the clinch.
Okay, this is an uneventful first round, but Randy did what he wanted to do. Brandon did not.
Went according to game plan, other than the early shot he took for Couture.
Listen, we got the first one out. All you have to do, you set out and reset. Don't stay right in front of them. Listen, when you reset, don't stay right in front of them, right? Take your breath, take a deep breath in. Take a brief in, breathe it, relax. How you feeling? Take a deep breath, take your time, relax. Listen, you're doing beautiful. All you gotta do is reset and come back out and then do a game plan. You're staying right there, then he clinches you. All right, I know what we're here, you understand? You need to circle and back out, go. Want more water?
Back to football.
Okay. We knew he was going to come out top, okay? We knew this was going to happen. Don't be surprised if he stays away from you now, okay? But hit him with a vengeance.
Keep them hands up, Brandon, especially at the beginning. He's going to try and come out the same way he did first round, okay? Stay sharp, baby. Hands up.
Round two. Couture and Vera, our main event of the evening.
Okay, guys, here we go, round two. Let's do this, come on.
Let's see if Vera stays out, uses some angles here.
You can see immediately he didn't step any more forward. He initially took a couple steps and then paused and waited for Randy to come to him.
Randy got poked in the eye.
It was a kick low and poked.
Okay, some kicks.
Let's take a look at that real quick. There's the low kick and then a poke to go with it.
Double damage. Remember that fluke poke in the eye against Vitor Belfort years ago. Vera looked to deliver the knee.
That one actually wasn't a poke. It was a glancing blow that just cut his eyelid.
That was, but it was the end of the fight, unfortunately. Switching stances is Vera. Randy Couture.
He allows him to get close to him and get a hold of him. That's what he's got to do. He's got to get that distance. Nice kick by Vera. But Randy, relentless with his takedown attempts here.
See if he can sweep the leg, Joe.
What is this, the Karate Kid?
You know, when it came out, I did think that for a second.
Randy really, truly is the bully here at 205. He's so strong at this weight class.
First time at 205 since the fight with Chuck Liddell in February of 2006.
He's got an excellent hold of Brandon's body here. But Brandon turns him around. There's a knee. You hear Master Lloyd Irvin yelling in his corner.
Lloyd Irvin trying to cheer on his fighter, Brandon Vera. Good body shot by Couture.
They say, Brandon, come out of there. He's getting bullied around again.
Yep, you know, Randy's got the hooks.
He's got to separate. As good as he is at grappling, Randy's better. As good as he is at the clinch game, Randy's better. But he's better at stand-up.
But Randy is going to try to dictate the fact that this game will not become a stand-up war. And so far, he's done a great job of it.
He has not been able to drag him down to the ground in this round, but he's muscling him around and he's wearing him out.
Which may cause even the striking to be less effective for Vera as we get deeper into this fight.
And this is really a strategy that really depends on the referee, because a lot of referees would have separated this again.
And that's the third time Goddard has now, Joe.
Yeah.
Now, remember Lloyd Irvin said, don't stand right in front of him after the separation, as he did twice in round one. And there Brandon throws and retreats, because that allowed Randy to go for the takedown.
Very nice high kick.
And again,
nice to the body. He hurt him there, Mike. Good right hand and good knee.
And he's a two. Couture is down. Vera looking to finish. Randy Couture.
Wow.
Randy Couture has regained his composure with 2 minutes left here in round two.
He got hurt bad though, Mike.
Vera caught him not once but twice.
Brandon may be using this as a little opportunity to recover himself, to get some wind to try to finish him. He's holding on to him. He's not really doing much here. He should be swarming all over Randy here.
Last warning. Don't sit.
Vera inside the closed guard of Couture. Now Vera might not mind if this gets stood up again, as it's going to be right here. Vera looking to keep the distance and attack with the strikes.
Look out for the left kick of Brandon Vera.
Trying
See how
to
he
set it
switches
up.
stances? Look at his heel off the ground. He's looking for that kick.
Good opportunity at this distance for Vera to score some points with the strikes. He seems a bit hesitant, though, because he does not want to get back in the clinch game. And that's exactly what Randy does.
Again, the clinch against the cage. Brandon's got to spin away, get out of this, and try to land some shots. Randy wants to keep it exactly here.
No question.
Keep beating on him and wearing him out.
While Couture has worked on his striking for years and he boxed in the Army, as you said, Couture is the better wrestler. He's the better Greco guy. But the same could be said for Vera in the striking game.
That was some serious right hand by Randy. And a nice left hook.
20 seconds left in the round. Dirty boxing by Couture. Final seconds of the second round. We will head to the third and final round.
Randy is cut over his right eye, Mike.
Okay. All right. Fight 1-1 right now, okay? Yeah. Okay.
Take care of you.
The other way, man. Okay.
20 seconds.
All right. What we want to do now, we got to change it a little bit, okay? He's stalling too much. Fight 1-1. When you get him in the clinch there, okay? I want you to make him believe you're trying to take him down, and I want you to elbow him so hard his mother hurts, okay? Try to go high, hit him a little bit, and then when you look for that takedown, that high single, I want you to drive to it.
And here we see Brandon Vera lands a beautiful kick to the body that hurt Randy. And Randy shrugs it off, but he was hurt here. And there's the right hand that tagged him. And he turns away. And the reason why he's turning away, Mike, is from that initial body kick. He tried to keep composed, tried not to show it, but he was badly hurt from that kick to the body.
The Hall of Famer. The truth. The third and final round.
Here we go. Ready? Let's do this. Come on.
5 minutes remains in the fight.
Brandon Vera's just got to push him away every time he comes close, every time he tries to clinch. Land those shots. Nice inside leg kick and a counter by Randy.
Randy's going to protect that rib cage, Joe. Couture pushing forward again on Vera. Randy Couture.
Good combinations by Randy. Good takedown defense being displayed by Vera, but that was a good combination by Randy, and that scored.
4 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock. Will Brandon Vera defeat the legend here tonight in Manchester? I think that's the blood from Randy on the face of Brandon, Joe.
I believe you're right.
Above his right eye.
Another
Uppercut
good
again, more
combination.
dirty boxing.
He is the master at this. He's the master of the clinch punch techniques. Holding onto the head, pulling the head into the fist, working those legs in that clinch. But again, he's working for this takedown very hard. He's got his hips separated against the fence. If he can turn that corner. Brandon's trying to pummel under and get that underhook, and he does, and he eats a right hand for his troubles. I expect the referee's going to probably separate them soon if they keep doing this. And Randy probably does too, which is why he stays busy.
Randy Couture, his history dates back to 1997 at age 33. Vera still a few months shy of his 33rd birthday.
Good, guys. Come on, we want action. Come on, we want action.
Mark Goddard warning both fighters that they have to pick up the pace here.
Again, Randy with these short punches, keeping him pressed against the cage. Elbow.
Couture back in that mixed martial arts debut was truly a wrestler. He had spent 3 weeks with a boxing coach, Joe. And he still continues to compete. 2:30 remains in the fight.
Hey, guys, keep it going. Come on, I'm going to spin you up.
There we go again.
There we go again. Indeed. Let's see how tired Brandon Vera is at this point, though.
Couture's going to look to duck under and clinch.
Kick to the body. He's hurt.
Again.
Again.
Randy's going to tuck that elbow. Oh, head kick. Vera teeing off to the body
with that body shot. I'm telling you, that body shot is nasty. He's got to separate the clinch, though.
32-year-old Brandon Vera, 46-year-old Randy Couture. 140 remains in the fight.
Randy just so strong. Pushing on him, staying on top of him, swarming on him with punches.
They clinch again.
I mean, even when Brandon does manage to get a hold of Randy and push him up against the cage, it's usually short-lived.
Yep.
Randy's just so good at turning it all around. And look at this. Brandon's trying to take Randy down.
Some vicious kicks to the midsection of Couture.
Referee's going to separate him again.
50 seconds.
He's looking very closely at it right now. But this is a struggle. Oh, look at this! Brandon's got Randy
takedown late in the fight for Vera, and he's
gigantic.
Yep, he's got a great position here, Joe. He's got the mount.
Master Lloyd is screaming. You can barely. His voice is hoarse.
30 seconds. Full mount for Brandon Vera.
This is gigantic, Mike. And it was really close for the referee separating them. Maybe seconds away. He was moving in and thinking about it. Randy bucks and he gives up his back. And he rolls out of it.
Couture's back up. Uppercut. They battle. 10 seconds in the fight. Big knee by Vera. Answered by Couture.
Good uppercut. What an exchange.
What a fight. What a finish.
What an exchange at the finish. Wow.
Couture and Vera go the distance.
Good job, Randy.
Let's take a look at some of these brutal punishing kicks by Brandon Vera. That front leg roundhouse kick, that switch kick to the body and to the head. Just outstanding technique by Brandon Vera.
Who will earn the victory here tonight in Manchester? Will it be Brandon Vera or Randy Couture?
That's what we're looking for.
What a fight. Randy was able to clinch and control for long periods of time. When Vera was able to open up with the kicks, though, he was extremely accurate and nearly finished the fight. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' cards for a decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Randy, the Natural Couture.
Unanimous decision victory for the Hall of Famer. A heartbroken and disappointed Brandon Vera. Here's Joe with Randy.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Randy Couture. Okay, first of all, Randy, tremendous fight. You managed to implement your strategy for the most part of grabbing a hold of him, controlling him against the cage. Do you think that that is why you got the judge's nod?
I controlled a lot of the tempo of the fight. Probably wasn't the most exciting thing to watch, but Brandon's dangerous. He kicked me twice in the body in the second and third round. That hurt.
Yeah, there was one time when you got kicked in the body and it looked like there was a delayed reaction. Then when he hit you again, you went down. Was that from the initial body kick?
Absolutely, yeah, it hurt. He stung me a good one with that body kick. And he did it again in the third round. It didn't give me quite as bad, but it was still bad.
Were you surprised at the decision?
You know, you just never know. I mean, we've seen this recently in the past already. You just don't know what the judges are looking at and how they see the fight. And that's what ultimately in a fight this close depends or determines the decision. Brandon's a hell of a fighter. Yeah, he had to dust off his wrestling skills for this one, and he definitely did a great job.
And he did. Now, okay, this puts you in an excellent position now and moves you up the ladder in the light heavyweight division, which physically you've got to think that that's probably a better division for you.
Yeah, right now the trend in the heavyweight division is pretty stacked. A lot of big, strong, athletic guys. I feel much better dealing with guys Brandon's size, my size. I don't have to worry so much about some of those situations to get in. Like giving a guy the mount or giving a guy my back with a guy that size is ridiculous.
All right, well, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you again. The Natural, ladies and gentlemen, Randy Couture.